We're talking about a topic that is very misunderstood, and it's messing up so many lives, so many relationships because it's not being understood correctly. And I even see a lot of women who are being kept in this false identity, this false programming, because they go to get therapy, right? Because they've been hurt in a toxic relationship, so they want to go get help, which they should. But then a lot of times they go to another female therapist who has also been hurt by a man who they say was also narcissistic. So now when they're having therapy, it sounds like their story. So they immediately project that onto the women who came to get therapy and be like, oh, it sounds like you're also dealing with a narcissist. And now the woman starts to get, held down and held back by that, because now they're like, oh, that's why. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it had nothing to do with me. Of course not. No, I was perfect. Yeah, also because he was narcissistic. Yeah. Come on, women. I'm telling you, I see this all the time. And I want to see your comments here, because I think it's dangerous. We have narcissism wrong. Let's talk about what it really is. What is this narcissism? Where does it come from? That way we can understand what it is so we can deal with it, right? Because look, a lot of times, what do people think narcissism is? And I would love for you guys to put it into the comments. What is narcissism? What is it? What is a man? When a man is narcissistic, what does that mean? A lot of times people say like, oh, it's because they're all about themselves. They just care about themselves too much. They love themselves too much. They're very egotistic, right? That's wrong. A narcissist doesn't love themselves at all. It's the opposite. They actually feel very empty inside. And what do? They have these defense mechanisms with ego, control, attitude. They cover it. So they feel empty inside, and they cover it with the ego. They cover it with that control. So women, if you keep dating narcissist, or maybe you're raising one, right? Maybe you have a kid that's becoming like that, or maybe you're working with one. This video is going to really help you. It's going to help you to get, really make sense in a very simple way. And what does this mean? Where does it come from? And how do I freaking deal with somebody who is, narcissistic? Right? So let's break it down. What is narcissist? Like, what is it? What is it? And getting away from big words. This would be very simple, okay? A narcissist is someone who never learned how to feel love, so they take love and attention from everyone else around them. Let me say that again. A narcissist is someone who never learned how to feel love, so they go and take love and attention from everybody else around them. That's it. They can look very confident, right? They can look like they have it all together on the outside, but on the inside, they don't feel enough. They don't feel good enough. They're not loved. They don't feel seen. So because of those things, not enough, not good, not loved, not seen, not recognized, not significant, not important. Because of that, you know what they say? They start to brag. They start to blame. They start to control. They start to twist things and manipulate, right? They start to act like a victim. And now everything becomes about them. Not because they're strong, but it's because they're scared and feel like they're needy and they just need to grab it. So the person who is full, the person who is loved, the person who has peace, the person who knows who they are, they're not going to go and try to make it all about themselves and steal. A person who is empty steals. A person who is hungry, starving, like they steal, right? To try to survive. And that's what's happening with a narcissistic person. So where does it start though? Where does this all come from? Because people do struggle with it. And there's a lot of women who are in a relationship with a man who is narcissistic, but we need to understand what it is so we know how to deal with it, how to avoid it, how to change it, right? So where does it start? So this begins when we're all freaking kids, right? This is part of the programming. Even from the womb, we can experience if our mother was welcoming us, loved us, even if we were wanted babies, like the situation that our mom and parents were in and going through, it impacted us while we're in our womb. So already from there, life begins to program us. It all starts when we were kids. So a narcissist was a child at one point, right? And so think about where this adult narcissist came from. They were a child who couldn't please their parents, right? They never felt good enough for their parents or for their classmates. They never felt accepted. They got blamed for everything. They're probably in a very toxic environment where everything was told it was on them. They're the problem. It's because of you. So they learned that their feelings don't matter. I want you guys to really think about this. And this is not to give excuse or reason for, somebody who is narcissistic, who is broken, to be a jerk. It doesn't give them right or reason, but it gives us understanding of where it comes from. Right? So it's like, how does it start? So we have the child starts to say, well, fine then, and starts to shut down. That's where it's already being created. Right? Well, and then they start to think like, well, then I won't need anyone then. I don't need anyone. And I'll just act strong and I don't need anybody and fine. I'll just keep it to myself. That's where it all starts, guys. And then guess what? They don't learn to trust. They don't learn how to connect with people. They don't learn how to first recognize their own feelings and how to share them with others in healthy ways. So these people just learn survival. Right? And that's why the adult version, when they start to get older, they can't handle real conversations. They can't handle the pressure, because they never learned how. So what do? They get angry. They get defensive. They start making everything your fault, and they start to fighting because that's all they knew how to do. It's kind of like they're these big kids still. They're just scared. They're still that little kid that's scared and not feeling loved or good enough, but they're just in this grown-up body now. They're stuck there mentally. Again, doesn't give them an excuse or reason. I'm telling you, we need to understand what it is. Right? So women, if you're somebody who keeps attracting those type of guys, why does that happen? Why do you keep attracting, right, these narcissist people? And I counsel a lot of women, and they're like, well, I don't know, Richard, it's because I don't know why I always attract the same type of guy. What is it? Like my picker is broken, right? Why do you keep attracting them? This part might hurt, okay, but it's real. You attract narcissists because of your old story. Yours. You attract them. You're attracting them. See, most people who attract narcissists grew up being the strong one, the helper, the fixer, the peacemaker. They're the ones who are always serving and helping, right? Like they're the hero. They come to the rescue, the one who gave more than they got. That's the kind of person who attracts these type. Because why? Because if that sounds like you, if you're that kind of person, you're the strong one, the helper, the fixer, the peacemaker, you're the one that gives more than receives. Right? It's because you learned early that your needs don't matter. And you have to earn love. You gotta make it happen yourself. You're not gonna wait around, right? You're gonna do it and you make it happen. You're gonna earn it. So what happens? You meet somebody else who doesn't know how to give love, and you try to fix them. And it feels good at first because they take and you give, and they're like, "Wow, you're so loving." You're like, "Thank you." Like, "Wow, you're so good at this." Like, "Oh, thank you." Like, it actually feels like you're a hero at first, right? And then it becomes codependent. That's how codependent relationships start, like this right here where I'm talking about. And then it's because of the narcissistic person who is needy, and then you want to feel the need and feel good about it, and now that relationship is already starting there. It feels familiar. It's not healthy, but it feels familiar to you. And it's not because you're weak, it's just you're replaying the old story from your childhood, so you need to freaking break it. So why, Richard, why do I keep attracting the same type of guys? Let me tell you why. You need to break it. You need to change it. It's because of your programming. It's not because, all the people out there, all the guys are pigs and they're all broken. No. You are attracting that person because of your own programming. So how do we change it? How do we know how do we break it? And how do you know if you're dealing with somebody who, is narcissistic, who's dealing with narcissism? How do you know? How do you know if you're dealing with one? So look, here's a little checklist, okay? If you guys can put this into the comments as well, like I'm gonna give you 10 different things, and if they have like 5 or more of these things, of these 10, then you're probably dealing with a narcissistic person. Okay? So if they do these 10 things, I'm gonna give you 10 things. If they do 5 or more, this is probably a narcissistic person, okay? 1, they make everything about them. Everything is always about them. 2, they turn those simple talks, the simple little things, it turns into a fight. They get upset when you set limits. When you give them limits, they just, you don't want to give me limits, right? They get mad at that. 4, they use your feelings against you. They use your own feelings against you. 5, they never say it's my fault. They never take responsibility. They never say sorry. Right? It's never their fault. 6, they need attention all the time. Like they just can't, like when there's people around, they're just like fighting for that attention, that spotlight, but it's coming from not a fun adding to the experience. It's more like, I need, make it about me. Yes? We know when they share stories and then all of a sudden they have a better story now, making it about them. That's another sign right there. Okay. 7, they get jealous when you grow, when you win, when you get promotion, when you move forward. Like they get jealous and bothered by it instead of like celebrating and like supporting it. 8, they get your words and they twist them all the time. They're always trying to twist your words to mean something totally different. It's manipulation. 9, they blame you for everything. Everything is your fault. You. And the last one, they drain your energy. So how do you know if you're dealing with somebody who is narcissistic? If they have 5 or more of these, if you said like, yes, 5 or more of these things, then you're probably dealing with a narcissistic person, right? Because healthy people give energy. They're bringing value. Narcissists, they drain energy. They're like vampires. They make it all about them, right? Healthy people, they can interact and be social butterflies. That's fine, but they're adding. They're bringing good things to the experience, right? So how do we fix a narcissist? If you're dealing with one, how do you fix them? Right? So first of all, you can't. You shouldn't be trying to fix anybody. They're not your responsibility, right? So can you fix a narcissist? No, not until they want to change. You can't change them. You can't change anybody. Right? So they have to learn, they have to know, they have to want to change themselves. And most of the time they don't. Why? Because to heal, they have to face pain. And for a lot of these people, they're grown people now, right? And this is pain that they've been hiding and avoiding their whole life. So that pain that they would have to face to be able to deal with this, it's too big. It feels too big, right? Like they don't want to remember it. Like they don't want to feel weak. They don't want to look back in the freaking mirror. So what do? They're like, oh, they bring out their defense mechanisms, and now they start to blame, they deny, they run, they repeat. They do the same thing. So you can love them, you can support them, you can pray for them, but you cannot change them. You can't. So I know some of you are like, right? It's like, it's a good news, but a bad news at the same time. It's just truth. They have to choose it. And that's with anything, right? Like you can't change people. Like they have to want to change themselves. You can influence, you can encourage, you can pray with them. You can, create experiences to help them to make the change, but you can't make them. And you're not responsible to make them do that either. Right? So what do you need to do for yourself then? What must you do for yourself if you're already in this relationship, married, kids, and you're like, I'm here now. What do I do, Richard? Do I get divorced, or like, what do I do now? Like, I of course want marriage. I believe God wants marriage. I don't believe He wants divorce. There's reasons why sometimes it's okay, but let's talk about what do you need to do for yourself? If you're in a relationship where you're dealing with somebody who is insecure and has all their issues, and it comes out this way, how do we deal with that for you? So I'm gonna give you 5 different things right here to help you to overcome this, to protect yourself in this, okay? This is what protects you. Number 1, listen to your own feelings. Don't think that your feelings are not real. Don't push them away because this person is making it all about them and their stuff. Listen to your feelings. If you feel small, if you feel drained, if you feel confused, that's a sign. Okay, just be aware of who you are, of what's going on in you. Listen to your feelings, honor them, right? This is a part of that self-love. This is a part of you making yourself important, not just being wrapped up in, what they create because they want me. 2, set up simple limits. Not a limit is not to fight. It's just a line. It's a boundary. Like, this is okay and this is not okay, right? And you need to be clear for yourself on this is okay and this is not okay. So that way you can communicate to your partner like, hey, this is not okay. I love you, right? But you need to learn how to protect this because that's your job. I can't control you. You're a man. You're a grown man. I'm not here to control you or manage you. Like, you're powerful. You manage yourself. But I'm going to share with you that when you do that, it's hurting me. It's scaring me. It's creating this. So I'm sharing it with you so that way you can do whatever you need to do. If it's not my thing. They need to take responsibility. Right? So listen to your own feelings. Set those boundaries. Communicate them. Right? 3, stop trying to win them over. They're not looking for love. They're looking for control. Don't you try to win them over. Okay? 4, connect with healthy people. So if you're around a narcissist all the time, because that starts to drain you. You need to go around some other people that are healthy. Connect with healthy people. People who love you. That are not there to use you or making it all about them, that really want to pour into you, right? Connect with some good, healthy people. Number 5, let them go. If they keep draining you and it's that toxic, you might have to let them go. Now, if you guys are married, I say that with more caution, right? And if you guys want to even get a coaching session with me, message me. We can get on a Zoom. You can come to my office. I'm here in Irvine. I've been doing this for over 25 years in over 25 nations, helping marriages, helping relationships. Whether you're married or not, you're in a relationship, right? And so if you're in a relationship, whether there's kids or not, and you're like, man, I don't know if I need to get out of this relationship. This is toxic. You might have to, right? Now, I don't just push people into that. I always like, hey, I want to talk. I want to hear about it. Are they willing to change? Like, what's the scenario? A lot of times I have, women who are done with it. They're tired, but they're not doing their part either. And they're like, well, it's because of them. I'm not doing it because of them. Like, if they would do it, then I would do this. And that's not really helping the relationship either, right? So I'm not going to just say, yeah, go get a divorce. But sometimes you have to let people go. Maybe it's not your marriage. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe you have to let somebody go around you because they're draining you. And this isn't you quitting. This is you choosing yourself. Right? You cannot save somebody who keeps pulling you under, right? Like you're trying to save them from drowning and they keep pulling you under. It's not going to work. You need to save yourself first. Just like on the airplanes, right? Like, save yourself first. Otherwise, you're not going to be no good to anyone. Okay? So let's talk about what this is right here. This, being narcissistic is ruining our lives, right? And a narcissist it's not a monster. They're not a monster. They're just a person with deep wounds, and not that it gives them right or reason, but they're broken inside and they're needy and they're starving for love, and it comes out that way. But their wound, their problems are not your responsibility. You deserve peace. You deserve love, right? You deserve to be around people that know how to give and receive, not just give me. But it first needs to start between your own ears, women. You need to heal your own story. That you keep attracting people like that because they're people who are feeding on your strength and it feels good for you. So stop choosing the pain. Start choosing peace. And watch how everything begins to change in your life, because now you have understanding of where this comes from and now how you can make a change. So if this makes sense to you, if this hits you, if this brought some clarity, please share it with somebody, right? And again, I can't wait to see the comments here to be like, to really see your guys' perspectives on dealing with people who are like this. So I'm Richard Martinez. I've been doing this for over 20 years or 25 years in over 25 nations, helping people in government, arts and entertainment, education, business, family, and religion, helping them to high performers to grow, to win in their lives, especially when it comes to, relationships. Everything that we do, all the most important things that we do in life are all based around people. and our ability to have good quality relationships and communication, conversations with them. That's what life is about. So that's what I talk about here. You know, about real relationship stuff and not being fancy, just being real. And a lot of times, you know, those problems, those patterns, those habits, those behaviors that are bad, that we know we shouldn't be doing, but we keep doing. You know which ones? Those are not the problems. Those are symptoms of the problems. Just like how narcissism is not the problem. It's a symptom of the problem of a person being starving for love and not feeling good enough because of their old programming. And they need to face those things to start to love themselves so they can stop being this way. Right? A lot of those habits and behaviors that we do are not the problem. It's a symptom of the problem of something in our mind, our beliefs, in our soul. And that's what I deal with here with Men Exposed. We deal with the roots so we can have real transformation. And of course, I share it with a lot of times with biblical standings, because that's where I learned. That's where I learned the truth from. Not opinions, not what you think. I learn it from the truth from the Bible. That's where I get my stuff. Right? So bless you guys. I can't wait to see your guys' comments here. Like, share. I'm going to be doing this at least once a week on different topics. And if there's different topics that you would like to hear me speak on, let me know. I would love to do that. Bless you guys. Bless your family. Bless everything that you put your hands to. God is with you and for you. So it doesn't matter who or what comes against you. You're called to win. You're called to be dominating, to be above and not beneath, to be the head and not the tail. Bless you guys. See you in the next episode.